Hello everyone, welcome to Card Design Thursday. So today I am doing a Christmas card or a winter card. I've been waiting to do this for a while. I've really been wanting to make a three-dimensional card. So I decided to do this today. So I'm going to be using this stamp set that I got from Tuesday morning. And basically it's like this little character right here. And I got this, I don't know if I got it last year or year before last or whatever. There's a die set that comes with it, but yeah, so not that one. I'm also going to be using some watercolor pencils. These were gifted to me by Angie and Andrew, who are Rags, Tags, and Confections here on YouTube. Of course, I'm going to be using some art glitter glue. And I know y'all don't see me work with this too often, but I'm going to be using some extra fine white glitter. I'm going to be using some Brilliance Moonlight White pigment ink. And of course my Memento ink, a little stamp block there. And my average tools, my Wink of Stella, which you know I use a lot. Watercolor pencil, make sure I got water in it. And some scissors. Whoops. And then for our card base, I'm going to be using white cardstock. And this is a 5x5 card. And so I've already, in interest of time, I've already cut my pieces out and colored them and everything. This is the Snowman pieces here. And let me tell you, for somebody who is struggling to fussy cut, I have fussy cut a lot on this card. So, and then I'm going to be using this light background here for a mat. So the card is 5x5 and the mat is going to be 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. So there we go. Okay. You're going to need some mounting tape. I'm also using a couple of dies that I got last year from Created, oh goodness gracious, Create at Home with G, and it was a little cloud one, and then this one right here. It can be snow. If you turn it up this way, it can be waves. It's just really versatile. And I'm going to be using the snowflake stamp here, and this is Snow Peaking from May Made It. So let me clear all this up and we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to bring in our card base, and right now we're not doing anything with the card base. We're just going to put it to the side. But what we're going to do is we're going to take, oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to show you the card. Well, maybe we'll just wait to the end. I know, I'm just teasing, aren't I? But right now we're going to take our little mat and we're going to put our little snowflake stamp on it. And this can be used in many different ways. It doesn't matter what side you put it on. And I'm going to take this pigment ink and we're going to dip it in here. I need to get my Brutus Monroe Squeaky Clean and really clean this stamp. I used it last year in one of my planning with some blue ink, and it really just stained it up pretty bad, even though it's clean. So all I'm doing is putting this pigment ink on here, and you really can't see it right now, but once the card is constructed, I think it'll pop off more. So I am just putting snowflakes everywhere on here. Really no rhyme or reason. They're just all over. I want to do this first because this is pigment ink. It takes a little extra time for it to dry. So just want to get that on there. Looking closely, see if I need to go in any places. Okay. Now, while this is still wet, I'm going to bring in a piece of white paper And I'm just going to sprinkle this with some glitter. It's not going to be embossed or anything. It's just whatever the ink that's wet, it'll pick it up. And it'll just add a little shimmer to it. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but I can see the shimmer on it. So we're going to set that aside to dry. Gather all this up here. Trying to keep as much as possible off my table. And I'm just going to grab a white right quick and wipe this white ink, embossing ink off my stamp. Okay, and we are done with that. Now we're going to work on constructing our snowman. Well, this one is going to be a girl. The other one I did was a boy. So this is the body. It has two big circles like this. And then it has two smaller ones like this. And I still need to stamp a face on this one. Forgot to do that. And it came with this face right here. Or you could get, let's see if I can move this over. Well, or you could get another little face like this little face, just a little smiley face. So I decided to go with the traditional snowman look, and so we have two pieces of this, two pieces for the head, and I cut out two sweaters and just two hands and a hat. Now this is stamped. If you have the die, it works really well because the die will automatically cut this for you. All I did was just take a strap, like a little cutter, box cutter type thing, and just cut through here and open this up because this will fit on the snowman head. So let me go ahead and stamp this face on here. And we look at this one and make sure I get it right. Now you probably wonder why I'm stamping two faces. Well, I want to make this card dimensional. And I really want it to stand out. Turning it around to make sure my little lines go the same way. Okay, whoops, stuck to it. There we go. Just wipe this off real quick. Alright. So, and then I'm just going to take my orange and brown pencil just to give it some definition, and I'm going to color this in. This does not have to be perfect by any means because it's actually going to be on the bottom, but if you look through there, I want to be able to see. Do this one a little bit more too. And I'm just going to take a black color pencil and fill in some of this. Okay. Now this one, we're not going to do anything to it. I did put a little wink of Stella on there after I cut it out. This one, however, is going to go on top. It's going to be on top of this like this. And so this one, I want it to look like snow. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to take some glue and put it on my snowman's face. Don't freak out. And I'm just going to rub it around. And before it dries, I'm going to put glitter on it. And it's going to be pretty thick at first. I didn't smooth it all out. I left the little lumps in the glue or whatever because I want it to look like snow. Well, snow is never perfectly smooth when you make a snowman. So, just dip some on the edge there. And there we go. So then we're going to put that down to dry. And I'm going to dump some of this back in here so we don't have such a mess. Of course, when I work with glitter, I have a mess. I don't know about you. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the other part of the body. I'm going to put them together to see which ones I want on top. And I'm going to put this one to the side, and I'm going to use this one. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. I want to go around the edges. And this is why I'm using Memento ink, because Memento ink won't move the color. I mean, the ink's not going to run. Okay. And then we're going to glitter it up. No, this is the cutest snowman. It is a lot involved, I'm not going to lie. It takes a little bit to cut everything out and to stamp everything, but it is so worth it. Okay, so I have some glue there. I'm going to take that and let that dry a little bit now. And then on the hat, I'm going to do the same thing on the hat, just on the little white ball part. And honestly, I think if I pile all this up, I can just dip it in there. There we go. It gives it some dimension. And that's what that's what this whole card is about, is dimension. Now, I am going to do the same thing to the little hands. This was that's the hardest part of fussy cutting, and really it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But suffice to say, my hands were a little sore after I did all this. I'm going to put the hand in the glitter and put it down to dry. And I'm just going to do the same thing on this one. I'm not worried about this little piece right here, because this little piece right here is going to be glued to the snowman's body, and it won't be seen. Okay. And we're going to put that down over there to dry. Alrighty. So now we're going to put the rest of this up. Okay. And we were done with that. Now what we're going to do with the sweater part, oh, I do need to do the snow down here. Oh well. We'll come back to it. What I'm doing here, I'm going to take my Wink of Stella pen, and I'm going to look to see which one's going on top there again. And these were colored with watercolor pencils. So it's going to move when I use the Wink of Stella on it, and that's what I want it to do. I think it just brings it alive when you use these, and then I can just wipe my Wink of Stella pen off. But that's all I'm going to do, is just move the ink, move the watercolor around with the Wink of Stella. It gives it some shine, which, you know, I'm all about my bling. Now we're just going to move it across. Okay. And then I'm just going to take my white and wipe my pen off. And then I will do the hat momentarily when that glitter dries. Alright, so we're going to bring our paper back. See, this is not a very difficult card, but it is kind of monotonous. I mean, it's kind of time consuming. So I'm going to put our snow across the bottom. This is the bottom part here. I'm going to put the snow across the bottom like this. And I'm also going to glitter it up as well. I just think the glitter adds a dimension to it, and it just looks so good. And when you pile the glue up like this, now it is going to take a moment to dry, but it actually gives the snow dimension instead of just being flat, if you know what I mean. Okay. And let that dry. And while I'm here, I'm also going to do one of the little snow clouds. We're going to put one there. And give it some dimension. And I'm just going to lay that in there. Okay. There we go. Now all those have to dry, so we are going to let it dry for a few minutes, and when they get dry, I'll be back. Okay, so I think we're dry now. The one thing I do love about using art glitter glue is that it dries relatively fast. Now we're going to put together our snowman. And all I'm doing for that is I'm using these foam stickers, of course, from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to stick one in the middle here. And see, you really didn't need to stamp the face, but I just did, just so, you know, in case you've seen it. But you're really not going to see it. And I'm going to put one here. Okay. Then I'm going to peel these off. And I'm going to take the body and matching the sides. I'm going to line this up and stick these together. And that's going to create some dimension there. I didn't put it all the way around because I don't want the sides closed. And do the same thing with the head. You just kind of line up the little dots where you want everything. That's not quite there. Get it before it gets good and stuck. Okay. There we go. Alright. So we have that. Then we're going to take the hat for the girl, and it's going to go on to our little snow lady. And I'm just going to put it on like this. And it just fits perfect. And so all I'm doing is raising this up a little bit here. And just running a little bit of glue back here. I don't want everything stuck down. And then just deciding it where I want it. I think I'm going to put it right there. and stick that down to the back. Okay, and we're going to let that dry for a few minutes. Then I'm going to take the sweater. On this one, I'm just going to take my watercolor pen and go over it and sort of blend those colors in. Because this one's not really going to show, really. So we're going to take another foam tablet, and I'm just going to cut these in two. Shh. Sorry about that. Save that little piece for later. Okay. And we're going to stick these two pieces down. So basically you get what I'm doing. I'm just lining these pieces up and I'm just sticking them together to make a lot of dimension. Okay. And I needed to trim some white off of that one. Alright, so we have that put together. Okay, so now to put our snow person together, what we're going to do is, what I did was, I went through the back, and I'm taking this piece right here, this open, and I'm just sliding it in there like that. So she's going to go half on here and then half on the back. And that's going to glue her down. Okay? So all I'm going to do is very gently open this up and put some glue here and some glue here because it's not sticking on the same side. Be careful not to squeeze it shut. And then you're just going to open this like this. And then you're going to push down on the bottom of it. There we go. Now it will take a minute for it to dry with all this glitter on there, but it will dry. And to help it, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue back here and the back and press that close. Don't put too much like I did. Okay. There we go. Now, we're going to put the sweater on. And the sweater goes up right about here. And if you've done a good job of cutting it out, it should cover it up like that. Okay? So all I'm going to do is put some glue on this, and we're going to glue this down. And just take your time, line it up. Okay, like that. Alright. And then we're going to put the hands on. And all we're doing for the hands, we're just putting a little bit of glue here at the bottom where I told you we didn't have to worry about. And we're going to go through here. And this is going to go right there. It's going to stick right there, in between those little arms. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. up a little bit, stick that in, and push down. Okay, hang in there with me, guys. We're almost done. And then we're just going to take our little snow piece here and glue it on. Now you can add more build up layers of snow if you wanted to. I decided not to. And then we're going to glue our little snowman down. Or our little snow woman, I should say. We're not gluing the hands. So it's going to come down here and live about right there. Okay. And then our little cloud, we're just going to take this little piece right here that I cut off. Sorry about that. The dogs are being crazy tonight. Because yes, I am crafting at night. Alright, then we're going to double stack our cloud. Just going to kind of line it up. Make sure that's even. And then we're just going to put some glue on the back of our snow cloud and stick it up here. But I just love how that looks with a little hand sticking out. It's very cute. Yes, I know it's off the card, and I meant for it to be sort of off the card on this one. And so then we're just going to take this and glue it down to the base. And we're just going to kind of line it up here, get it kind of squared. Now I know it's a card, but I just think this is really, really, really cute. And look, here's my prototype. Have a little boy and a little girl. Now these are really, really cute cards, and I love them. I just think they came out really cute. So this is the first one that I did, and then this is one we just put together. And I just think they are adorable. And they will fit nicely into an envelope that's made for a 6x6. And as always, as I've been starting, I am going to be doing card kits for these as well. It will take about a 2 to 3 day turnaround to get them done. But you will be getting the makings for 4 cards, and that is almost 60 pieces that you'll be receiving. That's card bases, all the pieces that I did for the snowman times 4. And all you have to do is let me know if you want a face that looks like this, or if you want a smiley face, a regular smiley face that looks like this. And I will stamp the faces for you. And I will also, if you want me to, I will also do the snowflakes in the background. These kits are going to be a little bit more than the ones that I had for last week. It's going to be $20 for ship, and that includes shipping. But this is a lot of working pieces, so you're looking at over 60 pieces. And so I will do all this for you. And so yeah. So if you'd like to have a kit, no pressure, but if you'd like to have a kit, they'll be available. And I can make as many of these as you want. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like my little Mr. and Mrs. Snowman cards. And if you do, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so by hitting the little subscribe button, and don't forget to tap the bell. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.